Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. It's hard to get over. A foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from train. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. For the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
Hello everyone, happy Friday. Can you believe it's Friday? Whew. Only what, 2 more days of this giblet juicy fruit nonsense to go. But what a wonderful day again it was today. Meghan just looking radiant in white. And Harry looked good also there with the medals. But Meghan, hello Meghan. Look at this queen. Right. Let's get into it. Let's see who's here. Hello, Annie. Hello, Jill Woodcock. Yes, can't get enough of the Duchess either. Hello, Elaine. Hi. Fancy. Hi. 300 in the chat, please. Thumbs up. Annie Bullard, yes, our faves handled their business. Handled their business today. Yes, Maggie, classy and collected as always. And yes, there were cheers when they arrived, and the whole cathedral heads were turning. They were turning. People breaking their necks to look at the Sussexes. Yeah, this is how we do it. This is how you make an entrance when your haters thought they were going to destroy you. You come back looking like this. Not a single hair, fabric thread step out of place. Hello, Lorna. Good evening to you too. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Verde, you're cooking. What are you cooking, my dear? Yes, break open the champagne, join Commonwealther. Drink whatever you're drinking. Today's the day to drink it. It's Friday. We done been to church, said our prayers. Now it's the evening. Now we can drink. Hello, Dorothy Ross. How are you? It's Stephen Black. When your stylish cousin and her husband show up for church like swag. Yes. This is giving modern billionaire auntie vibes. This right here. Let's see. Oh, and thank you so much, everyone. We have hit 9,000. Yes, Kim Hamilton. Meghan was slaying 9,000 subscribers. Just wow. I cannot believe that. If you are listening and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please hit it now so we can stay over that 9,000 mark, please. But thank you so much, everyone, for getting me to 9,000. I actually cannot believe that we are here. Yes, but it is Princess Lily's birthday tomorrow. And I do wonder, will we see her? Hope we do. Yes, Maggie, Meghan is a cool auntie. Slaying at the church. Cool, modern auntie. And yes, this was in fact Dior. We didn't get to see what was underneath, unfortunately. But she looked magnificent still. Adding a stylish touch to the coat dress. Because we know coat dresses is something that Meghan doesn't have to do anymore. That's for the other duchesses. But she did make it look very modern and lovely today. Okay, I think. Hello, Valerie. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much to Elaine Parker for the super sticker. Much appreciated, darling. All right, I think that's all of the hellos. Hi, Marilyn King, Lucy Wynn, hi, Sister and hi. So thumbs up, everybody, and let's get started. Okay, before we get into the meat and the bones, a couple things that came out today. Now, the Metro reported that Lily was introduced to the Queen. Now, there's been no confirmation for this from the Sussex camp or Buckingham Palace. There was also a report in Vanity Fair that the Sussexes were seen leaving Clarence House. I didn't watch the whole procession, and I had not seen footage that they're talking about of them leaving Clarence House. So, as always with these things, unless it comes from a Sussex camp, I'm not going to believe it, especially them leaving Clarence House. But I guess it's just, you know, a common sense guess that the Queen has met Lilibet. So, or will meet her while the Sussexes are here. Right. Miss P talks. I believe they have gone back. Just guessing because I think Prince Harry has a polo match on the 6th. But okay, if he has a polo match on the 6th, tomorrow is only the 4th. So they could do whatever it is they want to do tomorrow, the christening, photos for Lily's birthday, whatever, and then just fly straight back out, or even fly on the 5th and Harry get back on the horse on the 6th. He'll be tired, but he can do it. So I'm sure he'll make it back in time. Elaine, it was reported they went straight back to Frogmore Cottage. Okay. Yes, Scopes. They were the focus of the attention, being escorted to their seats. I mean, it was just magnificent. I'm going to get into that now. So they arrived, and there have been back and forth about whether or not they were cheered or they were booed. Now, I've listened to the footage. When they arrived, there were very clear, very audible cheers. And also, there were several journalists that tweeted that they were, in fact, cheered. Now, oddly enough, when they were leaving, there were a couple of boos. But there were only a couple. It wasn't the whole crowd. And I do wonder if some of those people who were booing were placed there. So a lot of these reports coming out from the tabloids, I think they are over sensationalizing it. There were just a couple of boos, like one or two, and it was absolutely nowhere near the chorus of boos that Boris Johnson got. I'm not going to play any footage. You can go to Twitter to see more footage. And the last video I posted, I did actually repost a video from Sky News where they arrived, but I'm not going to post it in the podcast just in case it gets a copyright strike. But I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. It was a wonderful moment. And, you know, when I first saw Meghan's outfit, initially I was a little bit underwhelmed, only because I think in my mind, I just wanted something that was that strong, you know, like the green cape from the Commonwealth service, just something that really made a statement. But looking at this again, when I look at this, I see Meghan at peace. This whole outfit, this whole ensemble, I just made up a word there. This to me shows a woman at peace. She's serene, she's graceful. It's very much giving me Jackie Kennedy. Just the way it's structured, the way it's cut, the collar, the side bun, the slick down hair, even the gloves. She put on her gloves as she was coming out. And this to me isn't a woman who came back to make some triumphant statement. It's a woman who came back and said, I am at peace. And I love it. I absolutely, looking at it again now, I really do love it. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. Oh, you guys, you just make me feel. I'm one of those people, I can't really take compliments very well, but thank you so much, Susan. Yes, 1998 champions. There was overwhelming cheers. You could hear them even through the loud bells. Valerie, they were cheered and they were boos, and the cheers went up louder. Yes, and to be honest, the cheers were only from a few people when they were coming out of the church. If you look at footage from when they were going to the church and the motorcades, there were cheers as soon as people realized that it was them in the cars. So they were cheered pretty much all the way to the cathedral. Yes, Catherine, the strut of Meghan when she walked said, "Eat my dust," indeed, but in a very graceful way. Lorna, I heard the audio was altered to make it look like they were being booed. I don't know about that, to be honest. But I mean, even if they were booed, it was just a few sour grapes. It was not the whole crowd at all. They are over exaggerating the boos. Yes, Jean, she had a beautiful posture, confident walk, stunning. There was someone in Twitter Spaces the other day that said every single one of Meghan's looks takes you back to a moment. And when styling is done well, and styling is an art form, you know, the job that stylists do is very underrated. When styling is done well, that is what it should do. It should take you back to a moment. If I say the green dress, those of you who are into fashion, you're probably going to know what I'm talking about. That famous green dress from the Grammys. You probably know that I'm talking about J-Lo, right? Or if I say, I don't know, what was another really iconic look? The swan dress. You probably know that I'm talking about, you know, Bjork at the Oscars. So when the styling is done really well, it's meant to make you remember the moment and take you to that moment. And this is something that I think Meghan and her team have absolutely mastered. And I think we are going to be getting these iconic style moments for years to come. Yes, sister, and if she had worn a vibrant cover, she would have been accused of overshadowing, indeed. But there were other people that really went wild with colours today. I mean, Preeti Patel, she was head to toe in pink. Like she looked like, and to be honest, she didn't look bad. I actually did not think that Preeti looked bad. I thought she looked okay, but she looked like the type of woman that would show up to another woman's wedding wearing white or trying to upstage them. So there was a lot of ladies who I felt were almost in competition at church day today. Almost 1,000 in the chat. Thumbs up, everyone, and subscribe if you are just joining. Yes, Joyce. Meghan has a very clean look to her style, minimal but chic. The outfit from head to toe was Dior, and I loved it so much. And yes, Harry, of course, looked very handsome. Yes, Vivica. Meghan left no crumbs today. Okay, so just a couple more lovely pictures. I loved this picture from the back. This picture here is a whole Renaissance painting. I love this with the lighting. Just stunning, absolutely stunning. And yeah, let's talk about them walking in by themselves. What a difference time makes. And there was a couple of commentators that did mention that this was quite significant because these entrances are very highly coordinated. They're done on purpose. One person even said, would the Queen have had a hand in ensuring that Harry and Meghan got to walk in by themselves? Because it was almost as if somebody was trying to give them a moment where they could just walk in looking very much triumphant, very much at peace, with all eyes on them. But I thought that this was so powerful that they walked in like this. And yes, as you can see, look at that crowd. Heads turned. Everybody was looking. And what a difference from the last time they walked in when Harry had a face of thunder. I mean, look at Harry's body language and body posture. He looks like he's ready to go at someone. But here, today, he looks strong, hand in hand with his wife. I mean, in the other picture, he's not even holding Meghan's hand, which is quite unusual. That's actually the first time I've actually noticed in the previous Commonwealth reception that he wasn't even holding Meghan's hand. Like that's how in his emotions he was, and that's so unusual for Harry. But today, what an amazing sight for them to walk in, and for everybody. I mean, look at this. All eyes on them. Right. Let's see. Yes, Marina, they boss that church. Yes, Lorna, the details on the coat are exquisite. The collar, the back, and the way the hat flips. Loved it. B10 Power. Hello, B10 Power. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. There's something about Zara that just jars me. The husband also. Oh, we're going to get to the husband. Very strange couple. Cinderella, did anyone bow or curtsy to them? I didn't see any bowing or any curtsying today in general, actually. Patty J, I bet that anything the Queen had them walking by themselves. That's what I thought as well. Maggie, I'm glad they respected them with an escort. This shows the Queen wants healing. I think so, but she could have still handled this whole situation and her whole family better. I think this is quite typical of just older people in general. When they get to a certain age, especially when they're nearing the end of their life, that feeling of wanting to make amends. It's just a shame that the Queen could not have done. Well, I think she could have done. She just didn't, for whatever reason, done it a lot sooner. Rahini, with them walking in it alone, it was a message. We won. Indeed. They won. They are thriving. not surviving, and I love it for them. Right. Let's move on to the next thing. Yes, and they were seated next to Beatrice and Eugenie. Eugenie actually posted this on her Instagram accounts, Harry and Jack, and they looked very happy, very much at peace. So it was great to see, because obviously we know that Eugenie and the husband and Harry and Meghan, they spent some time together in California. So it was just great to see them sitting together and very happy and a lot more at peace than the last time they were in that cathedral. Claire G, my friend, has just come from London and said that media people were walking around the crowd asking who supports Charles, William, and the Queen if they can go on live TV or radio to say good things. Yeah, I do suspect that sometimes when you see these interviews, they specifically look for people to say things that fits their narrative. So that doesn't surprise me, and thank you so much for letting us know that. Valerie, is Meghan trending in the UK? Of course she was. She was the top trending topic today. Meghan and Harry. On the next thing. So let's look at the actual seating arrangement today. Literally, right across the aisle. So obviously, William and Kate came out, I think, last with Charles. And so they never really had to interact with each other. But this is the definition of space. So all of those articles about William zooming with Prince Harry, I think, was just absolute nonsense, because they did not interact at all. There was very, very clear space. Black Queen, Meghan is an inspiration. She wore her baby weight with pride and conviction. She didn't bow to fat shaming and took her time getting her body back to her own standards. Indeed, and she did that with Archie as well. And the way that they shamed her for daring to wear her natural body after she got pregnant, I'll never forget that one engagement where, Camilla looked almost just horrified that Meghan would dare to come out the house with her baby fat. Like, I don't like this pressure that's put on women to lose their baby weight. You do it at your own time and in a way that suits your body. Marilyn King, the Queen, making the statement, she's doing the best now, just having both of them. Well, Harry and Meghan deserve it. Don't think too highly of the Queen, but Harry and Meghan deserve it. Gosh, so many comments coming through today. Yes, thank you so much, Mod Squad. You are doing the Lord's work today. And thank you also to B10 Pal. So on to today's dramas. And guess who bought the drama today? Yes, these two. Kate and William, with their sulky faces, just could not put on a game face today. They are failing to put on game face just in general. It's, becoming more and more and more obvious that this marriage is in trouble. And yesterday and today, almost zero interaction from this couple. Like, they are sitting right next to each other, but you can feel the space and resentment, especially from William's side. Now, there is actually a piece of footage that goes with this, and Kate looks over to where the Sussexes are sitting. Couldn't help herself, had to look. Yes, and I bet the haters were pinching themselves. Absolutely bet they were. Marie, I think Harry and Meghan were happy with their seating, relaxed and taking in the service with peace. I think so as well. It was always going to be a little bit awkward, but I feel like there was enough space that it wasn't like they didn't have to interact with each other, basically. All right, and yeah, it's just the whole day. Sorry, for the whole event, it was just this. In one picture, you've got Kate literally tailing behind William. This is why we need men like Tom Cruise helping her up the stairs. Because look at the way she's tailing behind him and the facial expressions in every single picture. Yes, Marina, I think that they are tired of pretending to be a happy couple. And wouldn't you be? I mean, I used to think that Kate would be able to wait it out. I mean, she pretty much models herself after the Queen. And I actually think that Catherine could probably go a lifetime in a loveless marriage if it meant that she got to be Queen. I think it's William is the one who clearly wants out because she's putting on the game face every single day and doing it relatively well. It's him that is sulking and mopey in every single picture. Ms. Levy Hemmings, did anyone see the Middletons? I'm going to get to that question in a minute because it's a question that I asked myself just a couple of hours ago. Hello, Joseph Bruno. Welcome to the chat. How are you? Oh gosh, the trolls are in here today. Like, wow. Thank you so much for helping our views to go up. Dan, you're free to sit here and listen. And I know that things didn't really go your way today. And yeah, more sulking, more looking down. I didn't watch it, but apparently when they got out of the car, it was a little bit delayed. And as someone mentioned, yes, almost everybody was holding hands, except look at this. When they were going in, there was distance, and when they were coming out, everybody was holding hands. Even Cherie Blair and her warmongering husband, still looking very much in love. David Cameron and his wife holding hands. Everyone looking jolly and happy, except for the Cambridges. And this is just really, really sad to see. Yes, Joyce, he had no interaction with her all day. Constantly left her behind. But please tell me more about their so-called loving glances. I feel sorry for the children only because this is not going to be, I can imagine for them it's already a very hurtful process. And I say that as someone whose parents did divorce, but I was a little bit older when it happened, so it wasn't so bad for me. For children, it's absolutely awful. So I do very much feel sorry for the kids. But these two individuals have caused so much hurt that I don't feel sorry for them. And I think what these last 2 days have shown, given how well Harry and Meghan have interacted with other members of the family, that our suspicions that a lot of the toxic smear campaign that was levied against Harry and Meghan was coming from Kensington Palace. It's just so obvious now. Boy. Okay, so that was that. And yeah, spot the difference, as one Twitter user says: duty versus love, trapped versus freedom, unhappy versus happy, depressed versus thriving. Yeah, please add your comments because the difference is clear for everybody to see. 1998 champions. Willie left her when they got out of the car. He looked back and left to greet the bishop. Kate came on about 10 seconds later. Wow. And we know that Harry will literally run to the other side of the car to open the door for Meghan. Lydia Washington. Oh, hello, Lydia. Trolls have been on all channels. I can bet they have been all day. I can bet they're crying that we are having a fantastic job. I mean, listen, I wasn't even interested in this jubbly, but I feel like I'm enjoying it so much because of the Sussexes. And I think this is actually turning out to be a nightmare for them. So for the derangers and the haters, because they really wanted Harry and Meghan to arrive in the UK and have tomatoes thrown at them, and that just didn't happen. Ruth Lopez, look at Kate on the balcony. She's alone. Who's space between her and Willie, and between her and Liz? And Liz is close to Chuck and Camilla. Kate is alone, almost in the center. I honestly, at this point, believe that they are phasing her out. I have no question about this whatsoever. I know a lot of people have said she would never divorce him. I think he very much wants to divorce her. That is what I feel. And I do feel that she is being slowly phased out. And yes, to the question that I did ask, does anybody find it weird that the Middletons weren't there? Because look at all of the other minor royals that were listed. Now, even if you were going to argue that maybe this being some kind of church service or whatever protocol, I don't know, that they wouldn't be invited to this church service, but wouldn't they have been invited to at least observe the Trooping of the Colour yesterday? Are they being invited to any other events that are happening this week? Because I think that if the Middletons don't show up at all to anything, my eyebrows are being raised and they're staying there. Because I would find that I do find it very strange that none of them were here today. The Cambridges have 3 children, and Carol Middleton is the grandmother of a future, the grandmother of heirs. So I see no reason why they wouldn't be invited today. And I don't know. I personally found it odd. And if they don't show up to any more events today, this Jubilee, because this is such a huge family event for the Queen. I find it very strange that they weren't there. Hi, Joseph Bruno. Our faves swept in that star power swagger, and all eyes were peering and tongues are wagging. Indeed. Indeed. Thank you, Lucy Wynn, for reminding everyone to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and notifications on as always. Andreen, they leave for Wales tomorrow. I don't think there will be any pictures. Don't William and Kate leave for Wales tomorrow? So if we get pictures, it'll probably be of Lily, Harry, Meghan, and Betty, if we get any pictures. And to be honest, I think it's a good thing that Kate and William are being shepherded off somewhere else. Yes, Miss D. Diana would be ashamed and embarrassed for William. She did not raise him that way. Interesting. So I was in a cafe this morning, just a random small cafe that I went into here in Lisbon. And CNN in Portugal actually had on the ceremony, including the arrivals, and they were giving full Portuguese commentary. And after the arrivals happened, and they didn't show the whole ceremony, just the arrivals, but after the arrivals happened, they switched to a half-an-hour segment about Diana and Diana's legacy. And this is in Portugal, y'all. Like, that is how powerful her legacy still is. That a Portuguese news channel decided to dedicate a half-an-hour segment to Diana during the Queen's Jubilee. like, wow. Oh gosh, the trolls are really here. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, mods. See, I still see troll comments on my side, but I can, when I click on them, it tells me that they've been blocked. So thank you to the mods for blocking them. Lottie G, I think I might be wrong, but I think Elizabeth is more close to Harry and Meghan than she is to Kate. I think so. It seems like that. Diane, I believe that Kate is really trying to hold things together. She seems to have gained a bit of weight since going in the opposite direction. I mean, I won't personally comment on her weight, but to me, it does seem like she's the one that's trying to hold things together. I think you're right there. Okay, let's go on to the next thing. Yeah, someone noted the difference in the way that the balcony situation with the kids was reported between Meghan and Kate by the same news outlet. So My London, for Meghan, posting Meghan Markle appears at Buckingham Palace window shushing children, but posted Kate Middleton spotted stepping into break up Princess Charlotte's play fight. So this kind of reminds me of that BuzzFeed article where they were showing the differences between the way that they were reporting on Kate and Meghan. Remember the whole avocado toast saga? So that hasn't stopped. But of course, anything to get Meghan's name in a headline and get clicks. Mike Tyndall was all over the social media, this agent of chaos, wearing his wife's hat and then posting this, comparing his wife and Beatrice to starbursts. I mean, bro, this is the fastest way to get your behind onto the couch. And that's probably where he's going to sleep tonight after posting this. Frederica, hello, Frederica. As a divorcee, I can honestly say many husbands check out of their marriages before their wives. Meanwhile, the wives are working overtime to try and save the marriage, which the husband doesn't care. Thank you so much for your perspective, Frederica. It definitely seems like that is the case in this particular marriage. Although I have to say, on William's part, I wonder if he was ever really fully checked in. Valerie, William need professional help. Well, he definitely seems like he's bottling a lot in. Judith, has anyone actually seen Harry's kids? No, they haven't been photographed by the press so far. Call us Sexiest Mod Squad. You are warriors. They are indeed. Jane Commonwealth, when Meghan placed her hand on Harry's back, the entire congregation fainted. These people don't really know what love and affection is, and they act as if it's so weird. Margaret, to be perfectly honest, the Mids are the only royal in-laws who pop up at every event. Most I've ever seen after their relatives marrying into the wedding. That is very, very true. Which is why I was surprised to not see them, because I feel like if they had been invited, they would have definitely gone. OV, from the look of things today, 70% of people were there to have a good look at Harry and Meghan. I think so as well. I mean, we know who the stars of the show were and always have been. I mean, all Meghan had to do the other week was wear a polka dot blouse. And she crashed the internet. Oh, wow. 1,600 of you in the chat. Wow, wow. Thank you so much, everyone. Gosh, you are really making my day, making my week. Um, Christina, if Meghan had sold out in a few hours, I wonder what would happen to the dress she wore. Probably sell out as well. Everything she wears sells out. Do you remember the furniture from the Oprah interview? That sold out as well. Miranda Charles needs to get a life. Oh, they're more than welcome here. I think this is probably the only thing that gives them life, because I don't understand why you'd be so obsessed with people who you claim you don't like. Taz, one of the famous Meghan trolls, was having an absolute meltdown today, questioning and wondering why it was that Harry and Meghan were allowed their own procession into the cathedral. And I think that not only did the mainstream British tabloid narrative of Harry and Meghan and their relationship with the Queen basically break down today, also the narrative that's being pushed by the trolls that the Queen is offended and they've offended the Queen and upset the Queen, that's breaking down as well. And they're panicking because they can't lie to their audience anymore. Sistren, Middleton would show up at the opening of an envelope. I agree. Ruth Lopez, remember my prediction? There'll be one official portrait of Liz and all the kids released by KP as a Jubbly portrait. By KP, I don't think it will be released by Kensington Palace, probably by Buckingham Palace. Because remember, KP is Kate and William. Okay, so moving on. Yes, Boris Johnson was booed. And there is absolutely no argument about this. It was a loud boo. So loud that the BBC commentators who were talking at the time said it out loud. And got to think about the fact that the majority of people who would show up to a cathedral service to see the royals, the majority of those people are not liberal. So the fact that that crowd would boo the Conservative Prime Minister, I think really says something. I thought this was a really funny tweet. Preeta Patel writing up new legislation to make booing illegal. Wouldn't surprise me at all. That is exactly what Preeta would do. Let's see. Colleen, Wills worked overtime to break Harry and Meghan. Thank God they never succeeded. It's sad to see his and Kate's body language towards each other in public. It is very, very sad. And it's getting more and more sad. You know, at this point, it's not even something that I laugh about or take pleasure from. They brought this on themselves. So I can't say that I feel sorry for them, but it's definitely not something that I'm laughing about because it's tragic. We're basically watching the dynamic between Diana and Charles all over again, except I think in Diana and Charles's case, Diana actually wanted to leave. I think Kate is hanging on. Miss Levy, the press will start a narrative regarding the Cambridges soon. What narrative do you think that will be? Interested to know what you mean by that. And why were the boos so loud? Well, as excited as I am, and I think we all are, to see our faves, I think we also have to remember the fact that all of this is happening with the backdrop of a cost of living crisis. And as Republic posted, the royal family costs the same as hiring 15,000 new nurses. You know, that's where the money could be going, into public services. And someone tweeted, every headline is about the Queen while my client is selling her furniture to pay her electric bill. This is where we are now. And Jeremy Corbyn came out today and tweeted, every dot on this map is a food bank. Every dot represents amazing people doing their best to help others who have been ripped off by the economic system and abandoned by the government. Real patriotism means looking out for everyone in society. I 100% agree with what he says. Corbyn, he's never outrightly spoken, from what I can remember, about the monarchy, but he's never been highly supportive of them either. He tends to skirt around questions to do with monarchy. So I remember there was one time when he was asked, "Are you going to watch the Queen's message?" And he dodged the question. And I think he makes a really good point here, because they keep on trying to paint this Jubilee as something that, you know, we should all be engaging in, and this is how you show that you're proud to be British. There are so many other things that make me proud to be British, and this overpriced party is just not one of them. And you have this dum-dum over here saying, I'd be happy to pay double taxes for the Queen. So she can do what? Buy another golden piano? Meanwhile, people are selling their furniture to pay electric bills. And these are the type of people that will, you know, laugh at North Koreans or laugh at people in other countries that live under regimes. And you've got to think, in countries like North Korea, they are actually forced to live the way that they do. You are not being forced in this country to worship the royal family. You choose to. And that I find doubly weird. Anyway, my TED talk over. Let's go to your comments. RTG, I wonder if William has seen Harry's kids yet. The fact that they didn't even interact in the cathedral tells me that I don't think the Cambridges will be seeing those children. Rowan 60 is starting to look like Charles and Diana at the end of their marriage. For sure. For sure. I think that is going to eventually get to the point where Kate's game face drops. And that's when I feel like we'll know that it's really, really bad. Because right now she's still got her game face. It's William's that's dropped. Trifidilly. If that woman wants to pay double taxes, she can pay mine. Mine too, Trifidilly. Lottie G, has anyone heard from Piers Morgan? Unfortunately, yes. He has been talking, I think, on Sky News Australia. I guess he just has to take whatever job is thrown at him, because his run on Talk TV is clearly over. I have no idea why he's now on Sky News Australia. But yes, he was talking over there, flapping his gum. Now, he did actually start trending, but when I clicked on his name, almost every single tweet was about how nobody wants to hear from him. So I think that Pismoron has reached the end of his reign. And I'm so glad that I had the honor of being blocked by him before he bows out completely. Hi, CCQ, driving from work and listening. Safe journey. Valerie, we are seeing karma being played out in our eyes, and everyone can get mad. But when you support evil, you get evil. Indeed. Karma knows everybody's address. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Squaddies were out and about. Peace, who I interviewed, this is the lady that went to the Invictus Games. She went down and managed to catch Omid. So it was nice to see Sussex Squad out. She was there with her Sussex Squad t-shirt representing, looking very lovely and smiley and joyful. And we love to see it. And with that, that is pretty much all I have to say. You can probably tell that I'm quite coffee today, and it's because I'm having issues with my throat. If anybody has any remedies for scratchy throats that just won't stop being a nuisance, please do put your remedies in the chat. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank you, everyone, for your super stickers. Thank you, new members. Thank you, Mod Squad, because over 1,600 people today. We broke yet another record. Yesterday it was 1,400, and we are now at 9,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. I mean, what can I say? you always show up and show out here. I love doing this. I love the community that we're building. And I appreciate you all so, so much. So let's finish with your comments and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, Kelly. Every couple holding hands except for Kate and William. It's just so obvious, you know? And it's just sad. Andreen, I saw Meghan with a taupe color clutch bag. I didn't actually get a good look at her bag. Let's we go back to the pictures and these gorgeous pictures. She, let's see. Ah, yes. It's almost kind of like flat. It's an interesting clutch there. Oh, for my scratchy throat, lemon and honey tea and brandy. Okay. Thank you for giving me permission to drink brandy. Gargle salt water. Yes, I think that will definitely help. Stay off the local booze. That should clear up your throat problems. Yeah, I think it might also be just a change in maybe water here. I can taste that the different is quite. Sorry, I can taste that the water is quite different. Therese, Kate, wait to 10 years for the proposal. She'll wait longer to keep up the facade. It will depend on how bad William wants his rose. There are some people that think that the running through the rose bushes was just a phase and that it's the other one that he wants. That's what some people think. Honey, lemon, and brandy for my throat. Okay. B10 Power, so true that some Brits are laughing at North Koreans while Brits are paying so the royal family who have multiple homes ride in gold-plated coaches. Exactly. It's just weird to me. Kim Hamilton, oh, thank you so much. Always appreciate you being here as well, and thank you for being a member. Bertha, I think Kate is probably regretting the way she treated Meghan. I think behind closed doors, Kate is letting William have it and blaming him for what happened to Harry and Meghan. Well, this is what happens when you let jealousy get in the way. Because they could have learnt and taken on so much from Meghan as an individual and so much from Harry and Meghan as a couple, who I think speak to where we are in this modern era and what a royal who truly does service and impactful work, what that model could have looked like. And they're still living that model, even though they're no longer working royals and now private citizens, through their belief in service, they're living that model. And it's just sad to think what we could have had if they had stayed. But now they are free to be 100% of themselves, not 50%. Diane, Pismora needs to crawl back under the rock from where he came. I don't even think the rock wants him. Let's not torture the rock like that. He can just throw himself into the pits of hell instead. Miranda, these people truly have a form of Stockholm syndrome. They heap praise on a woman and family who do nothing for them but spend their money. Indeed. Okay, who's going to get the last word of the day? Who's going to get the last word of the day? Oh, Madeline, that's not a bag. It's a program for the... I was going to say, like, if that's the bag, like, what has she got in it? Still, though, you know, a lot of these designers now, they just make bags that look funny and weird. You can't actually put anything in it. Matches her outfit, though. Fine Bones, those journalists in the UK have too much time on their hands and are underpaid, indeed. I don't know if you watched the podcast yesterday, but I showed a thread showing people who hadn't been paid by the Telegraph. There was one guy who covered the whole Beijing Olympics and wasn't paid. Like, how? And Miss P talks, I think that's what the Queen was impressed by, indeed. And I think that's why she's decided to help them now. I think she's ultimately, for all her sins, I think she is ultimately very pleased with the Sussex's work. All right, Valerie, I'm going to give you the last word of the day. What a day. Thank you, Duchess of Success. Thank you to you too, all of you. And everyone have a good weekend. Yeah, if there's any news tomorrow, I will most certainly be on. Otherwise, yes, wishing everybody a fantastic weekend. Thank you for showing up and showing out today on social media, on my podcast. You all are wonderful. And let's keep it up. Bye. I know I messed it up, but in my soul.